I'd like to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2012, parents, and all friends of the graduates. I'd like to personally recognize two fellow co-workers receiving their masters tonight, Kimberly and Rachel. As a 1996 graduate, like Andy said, I remember sitting in that chair and thought, this is a pretty good deal. Finally getting your diploma, it's well earned. So you should feel very good with your accomplishment. When I started writing my speech tonight, I needed to include top 10. My former students can confirm that I use this method for each chapter, each book, each class. What do you need to know in this class? What is the most important? So I created the top 10 list when I first started teaching. So this is long before David Letterman had his famous top 10. So then what I thought would be a good subject. Well, I thought, first of all, what could we talk about tonight with the 10 letters? So I was thinking about words that begin with 10 letters. Well, I couldn't use diploma because that only has 7. So lo and behold, I thought of graduation. If you count the letters, it equals 10. It's actually 9 letters because A is used twice, but you get my drift. So, with that said, I wanted each graduate to think about what they will become a leader in their community and their careers. These 10 letters represent the leadership skills that you need to succeed in your careers. The first letter, G, goal setting. Can you see where your career path is headed? Have you had goals set for the next 5 years, 10 years? How often do you talk about the ways in which you are doing in your area related to your overall goal? The essential leadership quality is goal setting. With every goal you set to achieve, you must have a contingent plan known as Plan B. R is for relationships. What level of trust and respectful feelings you have with each of your friends and coworkers. How easy or how difficult is it for you to initiate new relationships? Networking is a very valuable relationship building tool. A leader who likes dealing with people issues, who can initiate and deepen relationships and others, have a great leadership advantage. A is for adaptability. To what degree can you relinquish control? When is it easy and when is it difficult for you with change? Most common, our first reaction to change is we don't like it, but we all have to deal with it. So my best word of advice on change is look at it as a positive experience versus a negative experience, because with change, you're going to grow as a person. A leader must move easily from one set of circumstances to the next. When Plan A does not work, you have to work with Plan B. The good leader has the embrace change and sees it as an opportunity. Your leadership skill for adaptability is another example of a critical skill that you will need and show. D is for decision making. How comfortable are you making decisions? How often do you gather the necessary data to make a good, sound decision? When you do your career, whatever field you've chosen, you get evaluated on how good your decision-making skills are. We're all human, we all make mistakes. But with that, you learn from your mistakes. You as a leader must be able to wade through information, comprehend what's relevant, make well-considered decisions, and take action based on that decision. U is for understanding communication. Can you take and keep confidential information? How often are you the listener in a conversation versus the actual speaker? How would you assess your communication skills with your friends? How would you assess your communication skills with your coworkers? As a leader, you need to make sure your receiver of communication understands your message. In today's world, the chief complaint among employees is lack of communication. So even with lack of communication, you still must be clear with your message. Each week, when I teach my class, one of the things I do is try to use professional language, which is part of being good communication. And what I mean by that is, we don't use business slang in class. You need to be a professional in your field, so you need to use proper communication. Some examples are, earlier I mentioned contingent plan. Most people don't know what that is, so they'll use the slang, well, that's my plan B. Plan A didn't work, I'm going to go to plan B. If you say, I have a contingent plan, you're going to speak better business language. Another example is boss. There isn't one classic period that goes by where somebody doesn't mention, oh, my boss at work. And then I'll stop the class at that point and go, what's a better word than boss? How about manager? How about supervisor? So you kind of see where I'm going with this. Good communication will make you go a lot further in your fields. A is for attitude. The definition of attitude per dictionary is a predisposition or tendency to respond positively or negatively towards a certain idea, object, or person. You can create your own attitude, and you can be affected by others. But how do you react? Is your glass half full? Is your glass half empty? Glass half full, you're an optimist. Glass half empty, you're a pessimist. Try to be an optimist throughout your career, you're going to go a lot further. As a leader, be positive, say thank you to others for their hard work. This example of free recognition that goes a long way. T is for teamwork. How do you promote teamwork among your coworkers? How do you handle team conflict? That's what makes a team. A team is comprised of people working together. You've heard the saying, again I'm going to use a business slang term here, 2 heads are better than 1. What does that really mean? It means that when you work as a team, starting at 2, the typical team is going to comprise of 5 to 6 people. But with a team, you can make a sound, better decision than when you make a decision on your own. So that's hence the term, 2 heads are better than 1. I is for integrity. How deep are your convictions on things you believe in? Do you believe in so much that your work that you will stand up to anybody about it? How much are you willing to compromise with your beliefs? Integrity means honesty. Always be honest with your supervisor. Many experts believe that a solid sense of right and wrong and strong guiding principles are the most essential and basic of leadership skills. People can't directly see the level of integrity, but they can judge pretty accurately based on your actions and words. 2 more letters to go, if you're wondering. O is for organized. Dictionary term. Plan and control on large scale and involving many people. Orderly and efficient, the second meaning. That's the one I want to talk about. Being organized, in my opinion, means you're not wasting time. When you're on your job, you want to be efficient. So if you can't find something, you're disorganized. And all you have to do is look in your own home, where you live. If you have a garage, is your garage organized or is it disorganized? Think about all the times of a disorganized garage, home, or a desk, and you can't find something. So in the business world, that means you're not being efficient. You must be efficient at work. So be organized. As a leader, you need to be organized. Disorganization does not work in today's market. And the final letter, niche. A place or position suitable for appropriate for a person to find one's niche in the business world. Finding your niche in the world involves making certain assumptions about the future and taking actions in the present to positively influence the future. Finding your personal niche in the world is waiting for you. So that's my version of graduation. Now go and find your niche in the world.